Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Free Think Dojo. For today's video, I actually had another topic I was going to talk about. I already had the script written, I already had the topic ready to go, but with everything that's occurred within this week in the US, I wanted to take this opportunity to use my platform as a way to kind of pitch in on this situation. But since all of my videos so far and the whole message behind the Free Think Dojo has been to bring people together with their own opinions and, have people be able to talk freely and express who they are. I feel like now more than ever is a good time to kind of address what it means to be a free thinker on this channel, but also just to kind of express my feelings and my opinions on what the hell is going on with the world right now. I understand that this channel and my platform that I'm trying to create within this community is not big. It's not something that has a huge global platform that millions of people are watching. And at the end of the day, that's not really the goal. I mean, the community is a community no matter how big or small it is. But regardless of the size of your community or how much reach your community has, I feel like no matter who you are as a human being, you should always have the right to express your opinions and your feelings and your true self to the world. While you have the ability to voice your own opinions, you should also have the freedom and the ability to live your life. Whether it's in a school, whether it's on public transportation, whether it's anywhere in this world, you have the ability to live and you have the ability to go about life. Not only do we have the ability to be alive, but we also have the right as a human being to be alive and to live. But it seems that the world is going in a direction where that right can be taken away very easily. And as I see it happen more often than not, it's kind of inching its way towards more people over time. And it's almost like, when is this person going to be next? When am I going to be next? I've noticed a lot of fear circulating, especially this week, but it's been something that's been building up for pretty much the beginning of this year that I've noticed. And whether you have specific political views or certain views on the world, obviously you're entitled to those. I would consider myself pretty neutral, but like to keep up with current events and current things going on in the world, obviously. But I feel like whichever way that you look at it, it's not going to go well for either side. So I hope as I voice my opinions on here about kind of this violent nature that is being taken upon society, I hope that you obviously can express your opinions in the comments and whether you agree or disagree. But at the same time, I think we all just need to come together and remember that we are human beings at the end of the day. With everything that's gone on this past week, I think it hits so hard because it's all happened in short sequence. Within just a week span, there's been a lot of death portrayed and a lot of vulgar and gore pretty much displayed to the community in free reign. And whether you had certain opinions on the individuals affected within not only one, but all of the situations that have happened this week so far, I think it's important to remember the simplicity of it all, that killing is killing, violence is violence. And I feel like we're forgetting that. I tend to not support a lot of rhetoric that is, negative or is hurtful to either groups or all people. But at the same time, no matter how hurtful things are or how gruesome certain messages are portrayed to society, I feel like in no way does it help the situation when you start to play God. And then when innocent people are taken out in gruesome circumstances, and then portrayed on the media in certain ways as to implore some agenda or to go after another group because of something that happened. It's almost sad to see because behind all these messages and behind all of these acts is just pure hate. Call me a simpleton if you want, or uneducated, or unaware of things going on. But as I was raised, and as I've always known through any part of life that I've personally gone through, I've always known that there are certain lines that shouldn't be crossed. And it is so crucial to keep who you are as stable and a strong foundation to strive to make things better around you. And when I see things like the things that have happened this week, I start to see a lot of people's true colors come out. And I'm referring to the people on social media, the general public. I feel like when bad things happen, we focus a lot on the people affected and the people that the acts were committed on. But I think what we don't do very often is reflect on the general public reacting to everything. It feels like a lot of people have these damaged souls, and when they try to reflect that on situations and people, it's kind of sad to see. I have a lot of pity for them. I don't approve of their acts and their ways of doing things. I don't hate them though either. I feel like hate is a very strong and powerful emotion, and if you can't control it, it can lead to worse things that obviously we've seen in today's world. But I will say that it never gets easier seeing the general public, not figures in the society, not important people or people that are celebrities or whatever, the general people, the same people that we go to school with, the same people that we go to work with, the same people in our families and our friends, going online or in general public and supporting killing, supporting certain rhetorics that push hate. And it has become such a common occurrence that I'm personally getting a little worried. I live in the Midwest and I don't own a gun. I don't have, the typical mindset of a Midwest demographic. But I'm afraid that, someone is going to pull out a gun in my neighborhood in the Midwest and, start going around and shooting their neighbors. You might think that's just anxiety talking or fear getting to you, but prove me wrong. Prove to me that eventually people won't get so crazy in their ways that that wouldn't be an option. I'm a strong believer that your environment influences who you are as a person. The media that you consume, the people you talk to and hang around with, the messages that you follow in life are going to shape you to be a certain type of person in today's society. And I think it's really important right now for everybody, I'll even do it myself, to look in the mirror and really take a hard look at who you're trying to be when these bad things are happening. I just have to say it. If you cheer for someone dying, you're not a good person. Now, that might get a lot of hate, and I'm sorry, but it's true. If you cheer for someone getting murdered in cold blood, whether they were a bad or good person in life, is not normal. It is not a good thing. As a human being, it physically hurts my heart to see things like that occur, especially if it's a real-time video of things happening. Whether it's an innocent person trying to take public transportation and taken out, or if it's kids being sent to school in a place that they're supposed to learn and not knowing if they're going to be able to come back home that same day, or if it's someone that voices their own opinion, no matter how vulgar or terrible their messages are being taken out with violence, being killed because someone disagrees with them. It makes me sick. This honestly might be the most controversial video that will ever be on my channel. I mean, who knows what else will happen in the future. But as a human being and as a creator trying to build a platform on YouTube, I feel like it's important for me to keep pushing my message of free thinking and free opinions, but also pushing people to really work on themselves and to remember the basic aspects of life, why we're all here, what we're meant to do as human beings to make the world better. Whether 0 people watch this video, or 1,000 or 1,000,000 people watch it, I hope everybody, at least some of you, that watch this video, just take a second to take a step back, take a breath, and reflect on everything. Reflect on life, reflect on the situations that have occurred this week. But also, just take a step back and take a breath. I promise my next video will be back on track with just regular video topics and scripted as well. But the last thing I want to leave you guys is with a question. Whether it was an innocent person that is killed or a supposed guilty bad person that was killed, did it end up changing anything?